everybody, I'm back today with my second layout using the Simple Stories Great Escape collection. I am going to be pairing another photo of my puppy with this amazing Catherine Polar die, and I'm also going to be using this cut file, which is a cut file from Cut to You, of course, because that's really the only place I get cut files from. But I'm showing you here what I have left. This is I think this was the second layout I created. I wanted to do something a bit different. So I'm going to go ahead and start by grabbing some Distress Oxide ink colors and inking up this color cut file and doing some ink blending. I'm going to use Antique Linen, the brand new Speckled Egg, and Ground Espresso. I have been really loving the Speckled Egg color. It's so pretty. And so I thought maybe I'd do another lovely blended background for you guys. You can see a second version of how you can create a blended background on my blog as well for the Cherry on Top July hop. So I'm going to go ahead and get this entire background completely blended, getting the colors to go from Antique Linen down to the Ground Espresso. If you have any questions about my ink blending tips, tricks, some of the products I use, I recommend heading over to my blog. There is like a little tutorial over there that'll give you lots of tips and tricks. The main ones are use lots and lots of ink on your brush. And I like the Picket Fence brushes, the life-changing brushes. Those are my favorites. They work really well for me. So I'm just getting the Ground Espresso on here. I just put a little bit of the Ground Espresso at the bottom of the bottom because I didn't want this ink blended piece to be too dark. Once this is all blended and I'm liking the way that it looks, I'm gonna go ahead and back each of those teeny tiny little triangles with pattern paper. This is one of those times when 2 6x6 paper pads were a very good idea. So look how awesome that looks, right? It looks adorable. Okay, so here's my photo. I kind of went ahead and I flipped the cut file around, trying to decide if I liked it another way. And of course, you can get an idea of what you can do with this cut file. But I decided I just really liked that. And now we're going to do some stamping. So I did this a bit awkwardly, just telling you right now. I have the cut file. It's up on foam tape, right? So I grabbed a stamp set. So the stamp set I'm using is one I got a Tuesday morning. It's a tonic stamp set. This is the first time I'm using it. And it was cute. It was nice. It was just, it was a little difficult to pull the stamp off the backer sheet. I don't know why. It was almost like it had melted onto the backer sheet practically. But we made it work. So what I'm doing here is it's just flower stamps. So it's just like some random little flowers and leaves and twigs. It's a pretty cute stamp set, and it was like $4 at Tuesday morning. So that was a good deal. I'm going to take all of these coordinating Distress Oxide ink colors. So the Antique Linen, the Ground Espresso, and the Speckled Egg. And I'm going to lift up the different sections of the cut file so I get the placement of the stamp sets correct. And I'm going to stamp right underneath so it looks like the stamping is kind of like behind the cut file, peeking out around the different areas. Ultimately, this turned out really cute. It was a little awkward, and I'm not sure that there's a way to make it not awkward to get the same look. I feel like you're kind of going to end up, it's just going to be awkward. I know it's hard to see the Antique Linen in the video, but you definitely can see the different colors as I move down through the three of them. So this was really fun. I just used an acrylic block because I felt like getting my ginormous Misty out would be a little bit awkward since I had to move the cut file and stamp and then move the cut file and stamp. Plus, Distress Oxide ink is never going to give you a really good impression. I was using new stamps. I wasn't looking for crisp, clean stamping. I was just kind of looking for a little bit of color and pattern behind the cut file. And I know on camera, and even when I took the photos, it's a little hard to see that top antique linen stamping, but you get the idea. It's the same down through the antique linen to the speckled egg to the ground espresso. I'm going to go ahead and use this lovely diagonal striped paper to map my photo in. This is probably one of my very favorite patterns in this entire collection. It's a really simple pattern. It's just a diagonal stripe, but I really, really like it. I really enjoy a diagonal stripe. I really do. I know that that's a common thing. Lots of people do. I really do. So I'm going to mat it, and I'm going to ink up everything. Again, pulling out that vintage photo distress ink. I'm going to ink it all up because it just looks so good with this collection. So I'm going to be using this metal die from Catherine Pooler. I want to make a stacked die cut title for my page. This die cut is called It Says Beautiful, and it is beautiful. It has the most perfect scripty coolness. I love it. I've used it before. I will definitely be using it again. It is now my go-to beautiful word. I'm going to use some Sizzix 6x6 adhesive. I'm going to put it on the back of one of these white cardstock sheets, and then I love this because now I just have this entire adhesive backed paper that I can use to go ahead and die cut with, and then I have stickers that I can stack. Very easy. So I'm just going to run this beautiful die set 3 or 4 times through my die cut machine with white cardstock, and then I also grabbed some wood veneer cardstock. Well, it's not cardstock, it's wood veneer from the Cardstock Warehouse. This is the birch one, and it die cuts like a dream. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut my top layer of the die cut with the birch paper. Okay, so now we can go ahead and start to embellish and get this layout put together. So remember I told you that there were 2 different kinds of, and one of the die cut packs is like all these little flowery bits, but there's not flowers, there's like mushrooms and dragonflies and butterflies and fern leaves and things like that. The other die cut pack is the one I'm working with here, and you can see that these are like almost pre-made clusters of die cuts, which I think is really, really cool. I've never seen anything quite like that before. It almost reminds me of something that Tim Holtz would do with the things like all clustered together. I feel like he's done that in some of his die cut packs before. But I really, really like it. It's cute. So I chose 3 kind of clustered die cuts from the ephemera pack, and then I'm going into the little bits and pieces with the foliage and the flora and fauna, and I'm going to go ahead and add just some cute little mushrooms and like little pieces tucked in here and there. I'm going to go ahead and ink up all these pieces then and kind of put them down, but you can see how fun these die cuts are. Like, you just pull them out, you just tuck them in here, tuck them in there, and they just work. Really, really pretty collection. I had so much fun creating all these layouts for you when I was working with it. So the next thing I'm doing is I went through this sticker sheet. Again, these stickers are like a smaller sticker. They have like smaller images on them, so they're perfect for those last little things you might want to add to your layout. I'm going to pair my beautiful die cut piece with these kind of wood grain thickers from my stash. I am trying hard not to add to my letter sticker stash right now because I have so many. I've overflowed my storage. So we're going to try not to do any thickers for a while till I really get used up on some of these. These are from my stash. I'm not sure what they're called. They're brown. They look like wood green. They're probably a bit older. But I'm going to use it to spell out day. And then I'm just going to add, again, just these last minute little sticker pieces to kind of round out my clusters. And then the last little touch on this layout is going to be those Into the Woods sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps. I'm using my little crystal katana, Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. This is my most favorite way to adhere sequins to pages. It just works really well. So I'm going to go ahead, sprinkle some sequins, and that's going to complete this layout for today. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope you've enjoyed this layout process and you'll stop back again soon. As always, I always love reading all of your comments. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I would love to have some new subscribers. All right, not describers, subscribers. Talk to y'all again soon. Bye.